All right, so it is a beautiful day in Pennsylvania, and over behind me we got a bunch of little bonsai seedlings. But today we're going to take a look at some of my propagations or some of my cuttings that I've been growing from the cuttings from some of my other bonsai. So let's go take a look at and see what we got going on. All right, so today we're going to be talking about some cuttings. So I'm going to go through a bunch of cuttings that I have and see what's dead and see what's not. So we're going to start off today with this container of boxwoods. So we look to have at least 1, 2, 3 that are good. This one's probably dead. But yeah, let's take this out of the container and see what we got. This container is quite bad, by the way. Here we go. All right, and let's take that out. Oops, bumped you guys. So let's see. Well, that's a no-go for sure. That is a no-go. Oh man. Let's see what this one is. Ooh, we got some roots on this one. We got roots, so that's a keeper. What do we have here? Oh, this is a Norway maple, but I don't need that. This one here, dead. And let's see about this one here. This one appears not to have anything. I might still put this one in just because it's still got some green life here. Who knows? It might come to life. I might just stick this in some bonsai soil. See what we got. But we definitely have one here, so let's put that in the good to go pile. So I just have a little glass jar. I'm gonna put all the cuttings in for the time being. I think this container is ready for the trash. All right, so we have our pot with little drainage screen down there. It's nothing too big, just a little baby pot here, but I think it'll do the job for this boxwood. I got a little bonsai soil on the bottom here, but that's okay. So let's pot this up. But before we do that, we gotta make sure we put our mask on because you don't want to breathe in any of this bonsai soil. Oops, a little messy, but that's fine. All right, that'll do it. And I put the one that didn't have any roots on it. I also put that in some soil. So we'll see what happens with this. I'm not anticipating anything, but you never know. I'm just putting it in a little plastic cup here. So then I'll go off to the side and see what happens with that in the future. All right, and next up we have these Dawn Redwoods. So I got all these from my Dawn Redwood that I grew from seed. So this one is definitely doing really well. And we have some green buds on these other ones. So let's crack this open and see what we got. All right, let's dump this out. Now I did use bonsai soil on this, so I probably will reuse this soil. It's a little bit wet, but that's fine. Ooh. Now that is what I like to see. Look at the roots on that. Now it looks like the root did go through the drainage screen down here, so I'm gonna have to be super careful. I might even just cut around that. Let me do that. All right, I got it. Cool. So there we go. We got a little bit of roots on there. That's a successful cutting right there. Woot to the woo. Yeah, we'll put that in with the others. Now, we don't have anything on these yet, so I might just put them back in. And who knows, maybe they'll take, but I'll definitely put the one in its own container. Oh well, that's not that bad. At least we got one that has roots on it. I mean, the other ones still have green buds on them, so maybe they'll still take. So, yeah. You never know. So it looks like only one actually has roots so far. We'll put the others back for now. Who knows, maybe they'll take. All right, we're gonna put these back in a smaller container. And we'll see what happens, just because I think I want to reuse that container. All right, so we have all our cuttings back in a smaller container just for a little bit more efficiency in my work area. So we'll put these to the side. Now for this Dawn Redwood here, I'm going to place this back into the soil here, gently. And we'll cover this up. And we'll bury it a little bit deeper. That's fine. So now this one can focus entirely in this container here. There we go. All right, and I think that is my first successful Dawn Redwood cutting that has roots on it. That's pretty awesome. So hopefully, as long as this thing stays alive, since I took it out of the soil here, so hopefully I didn't, just wreck everything by taking it out of the soil right now. I guess we'll find out, but I think it'll be okay. Yeah, and then we have these little cuttings over here that, they're still pretty young. Maybe they'll still take. There is some green on them. They're starting to leaf out a little bit, so you never know. They might take. But yeah, here's the Dawn cuttings. Super happy with this. I'm very excited. All right, and next up we have my apple tree cuttings. Now, I got these last year, I think it was late last year, when I pruned up some of my apple trees right before winter. So they've just been sitting outside all winter and all spring. So let's take a look and see what these roots look like, if there's any roots. I'm not 100% sold if we'll find anything, or if we'll have any roots in here, but let's find out. All right, let's see what we got. Loosen up the sides a little bit here first. Like I said, I'm not 100% sold that I'll find anything, given that we have a lot of dead looking stuff. But one way to find out. All right, we're clean there. All right, so one. Well, it's got some bend to it still. I'm curious. It's got some bend. I want to cut into one of these and just take a look at it. I don't see any green. Okay, well that one's no good. No good. Yep. Nope. 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 These are just weeds. Nothing here. Well, we have a little bit of roots here, actually. A small amount of roots. I'm curious about this one. Let's put this to the side. Nothing there. I think that is all of our trees. So maybe this one, like we have some roots here. So let me try something. This is kind of a little bit of a risk, but I just want to cut into this to see. This one is alive. Yeah, that's alive. So yeah, let's plop this back into the ground, into a new little container. Okay, cool. So this is a success, I think, on this one. Possibly. Once we get some branches out, we'll claim it a success. All right, and for this little apple tree stub with barely a root system on it, we are going to use this little pot here. So again, a nice little trainer pot with a training screen on it. So yeah, let's pot this up. All right, there you go. So we will let this grow and see what happens with it. So yeah, that's it for today. Thanks for watching.